Hey everyone, so yeah, I just came from, Knob Hill and Rite Aid. Ended up getting these because, of course, allergies and, you never know what else, Advil, dual action. But I wanted to come on here because by now, The Rock has already appeared on Pat McAfee's show. And when this was announced online, a lot of people, that were very critical about, him not being there on Sunday night, to basically be involved, storyline wise, in the Cody Cena match. A lot of people were not happy. I mean, JD from NY206 has let it be known very well that he was not thrilled with, hold on for a sec, guys. Hold on for a sec. But like I said, JD from NY206, Solomonster, just Alex, the people I follow and others, they were not too thrilled with Rock not being there, especially after he started this whole situation, if you will, not just back at the end of Bad Blood, in October, but most importantly at Elimination Chamber. So you can't blame them for being a little upset with the fact that Rock basically decided to not show when it was needed for him to show. That instead he would rather not be there. Hold on for a sec. Like I said, he'd rather not be there. And it really upset people because storyline wise, it makes sense for Rock to be there. But instead they got Travis Scott, who, is I guess, sort of a semi-well-renowned artist, mostly known for contributing to the theme of the Raw Netflix. But that is it. A lot of folks, again, were not too thrilled, with Rock, not showing up when he needed to, not being there to necessitate, storyline wise, the reason Cody was going to lose. And instead they relied more on basically Travis Scott to help Cena win. Now some have come out and said, according to people like JD, like, oh well, it's part of the story. Cena said he's not going to give us what he wants, he's not going to wrestle, or have to wrestle to become champion and all that and da. And look, that might be true to an extent, but it's not Cena they're blaming, nor is it the main event, even though the main event wasn't good. What they're blaming is The Rock not being there because he's the one that facilitated it. Now, whether or not he gives an answer or did give an answer to the criticism, and hopefully, maybe in the eyes of a lot of folks, I'll read about it probably in a little bit anyway on Twitter, hopefully he'll give an answer that's satisfactory, because if not, and he decides to give the same song and dance answer, that's not going to sit well with folks. And you can't blame people for being, a little upset with that. Like, why would you, give us the same answer you've given us before, all because you didn't schedule correctly to be there. Now, there's no doubt some will come to Rock's defense and say, oh, well, he's got a busy schedule. He's got to clear it with his agents. He's got to clear it with his $7 production team and da. And yeah, that's true. It's true, but if he's in charge of his own company, and he's in charge of several companies, let's not deny that. I mean, he's in charge of Zoa, his energy drink. He's in charge of $7 Productions. He's got clout, when it comes to Hollywood. So, what's stopping him from telling his team, telling the studios he's going to film for, telling his production company, hey, I need to basically I need to clear my schedule for these certain dates, and mostly for this weekend, because I'm going to be involved in a big storyline. What's stopping him? Nothing. Nothing is stopping him. And yet, he didn't, and yet, for some reason, he didn't want to, be part of it. He didn't want to be there. And again, it could have been a scheduling conflict. We don't know. We don't know. But what's crazy is a lot of people look at the Raw after Mania as probably one of the best Raw after Manias in a while, and mainly because of the fact that Rock wasn't there to screw things up. Basically what it is, you know, with a lot of fans, and that's our neighbor's dog, I do apologize. But basically when it comes to, you know, a lot of folks, when they compliment and say, hey, Rock not being there to screw things up on the Raw after Mania, you know, really helped out, really made it look, you know, feel good, feel like it was a natural progression. You know, to them, it's like, Rock, either get off the pot or don't go on. You know, either dive into the fire, you know, and get burnt, or don't dive in at all. You know, it's basically, to them, it's like you're either in or you're out. What's it going to be? You know, what's the answer? And again, whatever answer he gave on Pat McAfee today, hopefully it's one that's satisfactory, because if it's not, fans are going to roast him. And yeah, WWE and Rock and all of them don't really care that much about the criticism, although they do, because apparently Triple H was rattled by it. But anyway, even though they don't really care that much, and they just want fans to be fans, they have to understand that, you know, they have to understand, and they know this better than anyone, that, you know, the reason they are at, you know, where they're at right now, I should say, where they're at right now, is because of the criticism by the fans. It's because the fans have come out and said, give us what we want. You know, give us what we want and not what you want. And, you know, stop telling us to be patient and everything. And I think maybe that's why we got this new show coming out called WWE Unreal. Oh, I think that's what it's called, you know, on Netflix. You know, we got this show coming out to where basically, you know, we're going to get a behind the scenes, you know, look. We're going to get a behind the scenes look at, you know, the whole process, you know, how certain stories are done, how certain superstars get the rocket attached to their back and stuff like, you know, stuff like that. So maybe that's the way of answering the criticism of you know, of the fans and everything, saying, hey, here's this series, this behind the scenes reality series that's going to give you an inside look at how things are done, and hopefully after you watch it, you'll have a better understanding. And that might be true, and that might be the reason they're doing it. We don't know. That might be the reason for the show. We don't know. But the point I'm getting at is, to a lot of fans, Rock needs to basically, you know, get off the, you know, Rock's either got to commit and tell those he's involved with, hey, I gotta clear out my schedule, or at least these certain dates, you know, within these first few months of the year, because it's WrestleMania season and I'm involved in something big. So please let me just be part of that. Please let me just be part of that. You know, I'll still find ways to, you know, commit to the other stuff. But he's got to make the commitment, you know, to what he's doing for WWE the priority. You know, if he's going to be involved in it, he's going to be involved in it at least until the end of Mania, so that we can have that next chapter, you know, written, you know, or that next act in the story arc written and ready to go, heading into SummerSlam and the rest of the year. Because right now, with him doing what he's done twice in a row, I mean, last year he was able to salvage it by pivoting in a direction that was more satisfactory for the fans. But for him to do what he did again, but this time not be there to help, you know, to help make it a reality, to facilitate, to confirm that this is all part of the story arc and what's going to happen next, then, you know, why even be part of this? Why even make John Cena heel? Why even have John Cena sell his soul? Why have Travis Scott and all that? Like, why go through all this if you're not going to follow through? You know, that's the criticism fans are having on The Rock right now and everything, because instead of him being the one, which even if the match sucked, storyline wise, him being the one to cost Cody Rhodes the title to John Cena would have made more sense than Travis Scott. And that's what upsets them. Like, you put this guy, you bring in this Travis Scott guy to be part of your little, I guess you could say, clique, and he's not there, or you're not there to, you know, basically, I'm trying to find the right words to say. Basically, you know, you bring this Travis Scott guy in to be part of your little clique with John, and instead of you being the one that comes out and makes sure John wins, instead you have this Travis Scott guy. It doesn't make sense. To them, it doesn't make sense. And yeah, people are going to criticize whether WWE, Rock, Triple H, and anybody likes it. They're going to criticize until WWE hears them out and says, okay, fine, we'll give you what you want. Here you go. But look, does Rock deserve all the blame? We don't know. Whatever answer he gave on Pat McAfee, hopefully it's satisfactory. But if not, and it's the same old song and dance, yeah, WWE, they'll be fine. Triple H will be fine. Because we, as people said, as they saw on Raw last night, without Rock interfering, sticking his nose in the business, unless he's going to commit to it, everything flows better. But when he does, everything goes off the rails. So whatever answer he gave, hopefully it's satisfactory, because if it's the same song and dance, yeah, he's going to get eaten alive, whether he wants to admit it or not. But let me know what your thoughts are. Do you agree with The Rock getting all the criticism he did and everything, and for him basically screwing things up when he shouldn't, and not committing and not being where he should be to make sure what he started, he facilitated, follows through? What are your thoughts? Give me those down below in the comments, as well as the live chat during the premiere. Until next time, I am out.